Welcome to Presente, a space and community that vibes on being in the moment, something we are relearning how to do in a fast-moving world.
We are excited to be part of a growing movement that talks about topics that we feel haven't been talked about in our Latin culture and womanhood.
Be present with us. Take a pause and break down societal norms.
Redefine the meaning of existing. Welcome to Presente, the podcast.
Vulnerability is beautiful. Hey, and we are back with Vulnerability is Beautiful, a long thread of our many episodes promoting one's well being and self love and care. For this episode, we are going to discuss how vulnerability can be a beautiful thing. However, to what extent?
It is powerful to be in a state of vulnerability. Opening up and being real is true strength. Today, it is empowering to see mental health being talked about. Mental health awareness allows us to go into a state of discomfort where our traumas exist, but from a safe space. As we recognize our need to heal, the ripples of vulnerability start to transform on a cellular level, pouring light to the darkness of life and understanding that it too deserves a quote unquote healing hug. Healing is an act of responsibility, love, and respect for our own inner spirit. It shows through our actions as we begin to cope in the world from a healed space. Our vulnerability is no longer in a dark corner feeling the weight, rather than it is now in a place of beauty. Things that might have triggered us before no longer do so, and we begin to reflect and empathize with clarity. Enough. Society thrives on marketing to be happy, work constantly, and move on quickly, or at least in America it does. So are we really surprised to see others chase a new dream and leave this land? For so long, I've struggled to identify what it means to be enough. There's a sense of guilt for taking one day to breathe or lounge. Damn, if I'm burned out, I must have not done enough. Oh no, I have to keep doing something to be productive. From a woman's perspective, society placed us on overdrive mode once we were allowed in the workforce, where we somehow had to manage the responsibility of the children, make do at home, attend our family, errand running, and somehow if we take an hour for ourselves, we are seen as quote unquote lazy or not doing enough. What about the people who have no kids? Oh, you're free and you get to do whatever. No, it's not true. There's still things we have to do, errands to run, and there's a lot of self growth to do in this life. It's shared on all fronts. Dear humans of society, we are not meant to do all the things I just mentioned in one single day. We're not going to burn out for society anymore. We are here to work towards our own goals and dreams to deconstruct this hamster wheel that society has placed us in. Humans, you are enough every day. You hear? From the moment you carefully make your cup of cafecito, to the grocery shopping, to the attending of your emotions, to your 30-minute naps, you are enough. Don't let society deter you. You're here to live a beautiful life. Find the power in your vulnerability.
Vulnerability is defined as willingness to show emotion or to allow one's weaknesses to be seen or known. The willingness to risk being emotionally hurt. Vulnerability is beautiful. It is. Thinking about this and visualizing it, I'm visualizing clips of some of Beyonce's older videos like Why Don't You Love Me, Ring the Alarm, and Flaws and All, just to name a few. The vulnerability showcased in these videos reminds me of the good and the bad, the raw, beautiful, and ugly, all of it meshed up. Vulnerability illustrates a movie, a trajectory of our lives, and it's up to you or anyone to sort through it, to decipher it all and depict it and understand the complexities of vulnerability. Vulnerability is what becomes parts of you, your storyline, your experiences. I get it. And although it is okay to quote unquote wear your heart on your sleeve, per se, and feel your emotions out and speak your mind, it is also very important on the flip side, the healing and lessons that are to be learned when being vulnerable. I recently actually wrote a letter to my younger self, available in one of our episodes this season 4. So be sure to check that out because the lessons are so important and can be healing and freeing to breaking the cycles. I have been in uncomfortable situations, some that are just a test of time and out of my control. However, I get ahead of my emotions and become mindful because to be vulnerable doesn't always mean to react or the need to say something. This too is part of the process and an important one at that. To piggyback from our mental health awareness episodes this past May, I guess my message to you all when it comes to some things so delicate as our emotions, our feelings, and the things we go through, it is my message to you to remember to be mindful and not completely allow your emotions to control you, but to get ahead of it and control your emotions. Yes, this can be tough. Yes, this can take countless times of trying, but it is a work in progress towards a better version of you. We are humans, and we must collectively recognize that.
Kindness is healing.
Believe in yourself first before others begin to see it.
Failing is an act of trying and even a shift towards something better.
Every action does not need a reaction. This right here shows indeed our healing state.
Tearing another human down won't help build you any faster.
Be the rainbow crayon in a box of gray shades.
Others' perspectives and insecurities have nothing to do with you.
Live within your own standards.
Live, love, and learn. Love that one. Thank you, Jen. Silent reflections. Dear Presente listeners, here's a watermelon I wish to share with you all, because by sharing it, we can create noise to the reality happening today in our world. We may live in different realities right now, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. And you know what I'm talking about. Take a moment to look inside your heart for some empathy. Place yourself in the chaos and don't stop sharing those watermelons. We cannot possibly have peace in this planet when we all know that many globally are living in horror every single day.
We'd like to take a moment to publicly speak on World Real Life Matters. Presente stands with humanity. To the innocent children and families, our condolences and prayers go out to all the victims that are suffering and gone too soon. We do not condone acts of violence and terror. There's no reason, none, not one, to justify the destruction of the people that is currently occurring, and it's simply just not right, not ethical. May we unite in solidarity for basic human rights. More peace in this world. Violence is not the answer.